The Toyota 4Runner lasted 15 years in its 5th generation. Finally, for 2025, we have the 6th gen 4Runner, which is bringing some controversial stuff, a new engine, and quite an interesting price. We're gonna talk about that in today's video, and we're gonna do a quick walk around of the new exterior, of course check out the powertrain, the interior, and of course, take this thing for a test drive.
Just bought your dream car or thinking about a new ride? Whether it's a brand new vehicle like the one featured in this video or your trusty everyday driver, our partners at legendarycarprotection.com have your back. Recommended by classiccars.com, they offer top-notch coverage for new cars as well as your current classic, collector, exotic, or daily driver. Because your dream car deserves a dream protection plan. Visit www.legendarycarprotection.com to get your free quote today.
All right guys, so looking at the new exterior, it's very truck-like, right? It looks like maybe the Tundra. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it down below. It's even more apparent on maybe the TRD Pro and off-road models. Seeing it here on this limited, more luxury road-going trim, I think it looks pretty nice, especially with this tri-bar chrome grille. We have an illuminated Toyota badge at night, which is really cool. Definitely adds some character, but the grille, I like the chrome, and I really am digging it with this heritage blue paint. Pairs together quite nicely. As we look at our headlights here, I like the new design. I'm digging the white daytime running light. I think it matches the kind of road-going aesthetic that this limited trim brings. On the TRD Pro and off-road models, this can be amber, which, oh my God, it looks fantastic. Regardless though, as we look at the front of the vehicle, we have one forward camera here. That's gonna help with our 360 view monitoring that we're getting. We also have some hidden parking sensors, nice and neat. And as we look a little bit lower, you'll notice our missing functional air dam. Normally this vehicle would come with that. I'm not sure if maybe the people before us took this thing off-roading and it kind of ripped off, but it is missing here. But what that's gonna do is just promote better aerodynamics. Again, road-going model, I'd like to see stuff like that. Just like this functional air inlet here, what that's gonna do is suck up the air, go around the wheel, and just promote a, more efficient driving style.
Moving along the side, this Limited comes with body-colored door handles, heated power folding side mirrors, and easy unlock-lock functionality just by touching the front handles. Power running boards make entry and exit easy, especially given this vehicle's ride height. As we look at the wheels for this limited trim, you can expect to find 20-inch machined finished wheels. Up top, we have roof rails, which Toyota says the static load capacity is 770 pounds, with the dynamic load capacity around 160 pounds while in motion.
All right guys, as we come to the rear end of the vehicle, let me know what you think of the new style down below. Honestly, it's not too far gone than what we've seen previously, just a bit of tweaking here and there, a little bit more pronounced here with our Toyota badge. Our taillights are new. Let me know what you think about these as well. People have been saying they look kind of small, and I might have to agree with them. Nonetheless, I think it still looks very attractive here. Of course, we still maintain that rear glass being power operated. You can roll it down. I just think it's such a cool feature that Toyota offers this in some of their vehicles. As we look lower, we have one rear view camera. We've got parking sensors down below, and of course the tow package with this limited trim, which is very cool. And with that, we're gonna get this. Check this out. Boom. Power operated rear liftgate with lights. So if you're camping, doing whatever, you can see what you're doing. I'm digging small things like that. With a third row folded down in this non-hybrid version, we're looking at 44.8 cubic feet of space. If you want to go ahead and fold that second row down, you're looking at 84.4 cubic feet of space. Definitely not too shabby. I will have to say though, with the third row folded up, you're only gonna really have 12.1 cubic feet of space to store things, which certainly is not a lot. By the way, if you option for the hybrid variant, there's no chance you'll be able to get the third row of seating as an option. That's because with the hybrid, the battery's gotta go in the rear, the floor height's gonna be raised a couple inches, there's just no room to fit a third row back there. But with this non-hybrid, we do have it, which is very cool. We also get this rear privacy shade, which is pretty cool, to make sure that if someone's walking by your vehicle and you've got a whole bunch of valuables in there, they're not gonna be able to peek in and kind of take your things or smash your window. So very cool, like to see that. We're seeing that in a lot of new vehicles nowadays. Unfortunately though, if you do have your third row up, that is basically going to get in the way and not be usable. But regardless, I think we've said enough about the cargo area. Let's go take a peek at what lies underneath the hood. All right guys, lifting up the hood here. Oh my God, this thing's kind of heavy. We have a prop rod on it. Oh my God, it's so hot. Please go there. Okay, it does. Okay, a prop rod, I'm not a big fan of at this price point. Regardless though, let's talk about the engine, the controversial thing. That 4-liter V6, the robust 4Runner engine has gone. I think it was what, 20 years or something that thing had been around. It had at least been in the 4Runner for probably 15 years. Well, that's been replaced. What we're looking at now is a 2.4 liter inline 4 turbocharged engine. This thing is gonna put out 278 horsepower, 317 foot-pounds of torque. Gas mileage, you're looking at 20 in the city and 24 on the highway. Definitely a lot better than that underpowered V6.
That 4-liter will be missed, but after 20-ish years of that engine being around, I kind of agree with Toyota that it was time for a change. But before you come at me, let me explain my reasoning. This thing was slow, it lacked power, it saw poor gas mileage, and a lift and bigger tires just made these things even more apparent. Sure, you could say that there were miles per gallon, but we're in a time where new technology is being played with and refined, and with tightening EPA restrictions, unfortunately, manufacturers are going in this direction, whether we like it or not.
Now, if you opt for the hybrid setup, it's gonna be the same thing, just with the hybrid battery and stuff. That's gonna bump those power numbers up to around 326 horsepower and 465 foot-pounds of torque. I've driven it, that thing has plenty of power, but not what we have here today. This one, of course, is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. I love to see that. Thank God, no CVTs, no more 5-speed. I'm digging the 8-speed with this little engine here. Now, this does have the full-time 4-wheel drive system in it, which is going to be around a $2,000 option, which I really enjoy because I daily drive a GX 460, which is a full-time 4-wheel drive vehicle. In a ways, it's very similar to this new 4Runner, albeit with one with a V8 and one with a 4-cylinder. But I'm digging what I'm seeing here. And with that being said, guys, I say we take a look at the inside, see how luxurious it is. I'm really liking the new refresh for the interior. I think it's the perfect balance between technology, but also mechanical, physical buttons. Like, for example, the climate control here, these little airplane switches are so nice. Definitely a step in the right direction. I think a lot of these newer cars that we've seen these past couple years have been just putting everything on a screen. Finally, the feedback has kind of reached the manufacturers and they're like, okay, well, maybe we're not gonna do that anymore. Thank goodness, this looks beautiful. And I'm digging this 14-inch screen. Oh my God. Again, perfect amount of technology, because if I'm going through the Chick-fil-A parking lot or going to the mall in this thing, push that 360 view button, I can see everything that's around me on this nice big screen. It makes parking a breeze. Gotta love it. So, we have this nice beefy shifter here, one QI compatible phone charger. We have our drive mode selector switch here, and just below that is our transfer case controls. We've got 3 different modes. We have our road going full-time 4-wheel drive system on the right side. If you're driving on the road, keep it in that. As soon as you hit dirt, maybe a long stretch of just desert bajaing, throw that into the 4 high mode. Basically, it's gonna lock up the center differential. You're gonna have 50 and 50 divided power. Move it all the way to the left, and that is gonna be your low range. So if you're rock crawling or doing anything, maybe down a steep descent, throw it in your low range. But I imagine maybe you won't be doing that in this limited trim. But nonetheless, this being a 4Runner known for that adventure spirit, of course, it's got to be included, so I like to see it. As we move over to the right, nice physical buttons. On the other trims, that's going to be like your sway bar disconnect, your lockers. We don't have any of that here, but we do have this 360 view camera button, which has just been amazing for going to the mall and parking, but also going through drive-thrus. I'm certain I will not be hitting any curbs anytime soon. As we look at our seats, this color is called a Portobello. It's like a brown. I'm really digging it, especially with that blue color, but you're gonna have to either love this or love black if you want the limited, as those are the only two colors that are available, at least right now. I think they look very attractive. My personal favorite though from Toyota would be the saddle tan, so if they could eventually add that, oh my God, I'd be on board. But the seats are nice and supportive. They have great bolstering. It kind of surprised me, which is kind of what you want to see from an adventure vehicle. So loving it, loving it, loving it. Back seat, plenty of room. We do have this rear view mirror up here, which is digital. Love to see it. If you're into people watching, this is a total must, because when you're at the traffic light and you're looking at who's behind you, they can't see you, but you can see everything that they're doing in the back. But I like how you can still flip it down and use it traditionally. Maybe you got a kiddo in the back, you can just quickly angle it and kind of see what they're up to if they're a little too quiet. But with that being said, guys, I think it's finally time to take this thing for a test drive. Okay, immediately my first, kind of impressions when I was taking this thing for a spin was that it still handles and feels like a 4Runner. The shifting is smoother. The power is there, and honestly I think that's the biggest thing for me, is having the available power from this little turbo 4. The V6 before it, yeah, it was great. I know, I loved it, believe me, I loved it, but poor gas mileage. You put 33-inch tires on that thing and it was kind of a dog. Even on my 460, having a V8 in there, that's still an underperforming, maybe sluggish V8. So it's nice to be driving the type of vehicle that I love and having the power immediately available to me. It's such a good feeling. I don't feel like I'm driving a heavy vehicle. Now, I do have to say, this thing still does drive like a truck. There's not going to be a lot of road feel in the steering wheel, even though the wheel is very smooth. It's very nice to drive. But you also are going to feel the road a little bit more. So if you have never driven a vehicle like this, I would recommend go and try one for yourself to see if you would like it, because I know a few people who just weren't a fan of the way these vehicles drove, and I'm speaking for previous generations here. However, for this year, this 4Runner is doing a great job with the adaptive suspension of kind of minimizing that road feel that you traditionally get from a vehicle like this. You put it into comfort mode, the dampeners work to soften things up and just soak up all of these bumps. And quite frankly, I'm a little jealous that my 460 doesn't feel this good. So big props to Toyota for just making a 4Runner that actually feels refined. Let's see what the reliability looks like in a couple years. The body roll. Let me go around this corner here. I'll kind of take it maybe a little bit at speed, but I'm gonna stop sign. Here we go, here we go. Okay, the body roll. See, the wheel straightens out for me, but you can see me jiggle a little bit. If body roll bothers you, you're gonna feel it in this vehicle. To me though, I think it adds to that adventure spirit that the 4Runner's been known for 40 years. I feel like I'm going on like a safari adventure. I feel like I'm driving a big boat, but you're gonna feel it. So if you're not a fan of that, it's definitely noteworthy. You obviously can put it into Sport Plus mode and stiffen it up, but I wouldn't say it really does too much stiffening to where you're not gonna feel any body roll. But let's talk again about the power that this engine makes. Okay, it feels great. Highway speeds, I'm able to get up to speed so easily. It's weird driving a vehicle like this that feels so zippy. I will say, when you do give it some gas, especially in Sport Plus mode, you're gonna hear some fake engine sounds. It's gonna sound like your typical 4-cylinder engine, which, isn't the best sounding thing in the world. Here we go, let's give it some gas. Yeah, I mean, what do you expect from a little 4-cylinder like this? But I think if the sound of the engine's the biggest problem with it, then I'd say the vehicle is doing pretty well for itself.
There's a good chance this non-hybrid version will be more straightforward in the long run, which gives me a bit more peace of mind when it comes to reliability. Turbocharging isn't new for Toyota, and this particular engine has been in use for several years now. As for the hybrid, I'm expecting some of the usual first-year issues to show up, but I'm hopeful that most of the major ones have already been identified and addressed in the Land Cruisers and Tacomas. Ideally, these improvements have made their way into the 4Runner's final production version. All I know for sure is I'm really liking this little inline 4.
All right, guys, so at the end of the day, to me at least, this 4Runner still feels like a 4Runner, just more modern and more refined. I'm actually really liking what's under the hood. I didn't think I was gonna like this. On paper, it's like, why would you wanna do this to the 4Runner? Until I drove it. So everything we have said is subjective. We recommend go to your local Toyota dealerships and drive one of these things before you make your opinion. See what's going on for yourselves. We'd always recommend it. Remember, if you're in the market for a collector vehicle of your own, going over to our website, classiccars.com. That's our online marketplace with over 38,000 listings live on the site nationwide. You can buy, you can sell from the comfort of your own home. Also, we have a sister website, autohunter.com. That's gonna be our 7-day online auction. That's it for me. I really hope you enjoyed. And would you rock the hybrid or the non-hybrid? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see y'all in the next video.